don't know how. Sitting baby, come on. You're gonna be the one that saves me. Saves me. I like it. I like it. You're my Wonderwall. So, this video, I'm pretty much going to talk about what you need if you're going to come out here sailing, regardless if you're MSC or SIU or wherever you go. Probably the one thing that has saved my life coming out here, and when I say need, I don't mean like obviously you need everything MSC tells you or whatever they tell you in orientation, as far as like make sure you have your passport and all that other stuff, the stuff that I told you that you need in the last video. But this is the stuff that I'm saying to keep your sanity when you're out here and you're sailing or you're doing time away from family, you know. If you don't read often, pick it up, start reading. Like I have, let's see, I have like, and I've read like dozens of other books, just this tour, dozens of other books. I finished like 2 series, and I have a bunch of other books that I read. Like if you don't read, pick it up, start reading. It definitely helps with the time. And it's good to read books like these. Especially if you're coming out here for specifically, I mean, everybody comes here for financial gain, you know what I'm saying? But if you're trying to really up your game, definitely start picking up on books. You know what I'm saying? Any books, shoot. Just this year, and I've been sailing for 6 years, but just this year, this book, I Will Teach You, well, you can read it. This book right here, definitely like, it changed the way I see things as far as like sailing and stuff like that. Or not sailing, the way I manage my money. I've always been good at managing money. I mean, not getting too deep into it, but I own a couple of houses, you know, from sailing. But this one definitely, that book definitely helped me. Like, I felt like I was here already, but now I feel like I'm here after reading just a couple chapters of this book. But anyways, definitely start reading. Get yourself a hard drive, an external hard drive, and a computer, like a laptop, because that will definitely, like, when you're out in the water, and this is what I mean. I mean, I'm pretty sure everybody knows what external hard drive is, but I'm just gonna show you, you know. Get you one of these, an external hard drive. I got Seagate, that's like, you see it? Seagate, yeah. This one's been in one of the better ones. It doesn't crash, or it hasn't crashed. Knock on wood, you know. But it hasn't crashed on me, so that's definitely one of the things you get. And the reason being, again, external hard drive, because you're gonna spend a lot of time chilling and not having too much to do especially when you're out in the water on your free time, watching movies, reading books, watching TV shows. That's gonna be like, that's gonna save you. And definitely, if you have a goal as far as like, oh, I want to get back into shape, you will definitely have the time coming out here. Depending on what position you are, you know, obviously sometimes, like, I know some guys that's in the deck department, they may be a little too tired to work out and stuff like that after work, but once you get out here, you'll kind of see, you get what I'm saying? You'll see what your schedule is going to be like as far as what you can and can't do, what your body can and can't take, you know. what's on? These are just small things that I think you should definitely bring with you when you come out here. Books, watch movies. Oh, and come out here with the mindset that, again, I can't say for everybody, and I don't know everybody's situation, but if you're gonna come here and be like, oh yeah, I'm about to be, if all you see is the fun times, or if you know anybody that sales, and all they say is, oh yeah, we do this, this, and this, and this, and this, and they don't tell you about the time where you're literally, where you're literally like sitting on the shit bored out your mind, or something's going on at home and you can't do anything about it. Those, like I said, come out here with the mindset knowing that those kind of situations definitely happen. Like what's going on now with the COVID. Doesn't matter how you feel about it, this or that, but the fact that people at home that you care about is going through such and such, and you're more than likely are safe when you're out here on these boats. I mean, safe in regards to like, you're more likely not gonna get sick, you know what I'm saying, from anything. But just the fact that life goes on when you're out here. I know it feels like everything comes to a stop, but life at home goes on. So definitely come out here with the mindset knowing that life isn't gonna stop just because you're away. That's like a really big thing, because a lot of time guys come out here, like especially new guys, and they're young, they're thinking, oh, they're gonna go back home, everything's gonna be the same, blah blah blah. Shoot, I thought that. I mean, given for the most part, I've been pretty lucky in regards to most things, but I've seen situations completely change when they get home, and sometimes it can be devastating. So definitely come out here with the mindset knowing like things may change, you know, because especially if you do like a bid. Like for me, I came up here for this tour. I came up here the end of February, and right now it's the New Year's, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pushing a year, and I don't plan on being home until March. So that's a year and like 2 months that I've been away from home. So like I said, expect things to be different when you get home. Not crazy different, but just like not everybody's gonna be the same, not everything's gonna be the same. Friendships are gonna go away or come and go, you know what I'm saying? So I'd have people that I used to be like this with, and then after a couple years, you know, I may see them every once in a while, may say what's up, but friendships are gonna, that just comes with the life, you know. So the people that you're really solid with, yeah, those are ones that probably will stick around. You'll definitely learn who are the solid ones when you start living this. This is whether you're in the military or any kind of job where you have to be away for an extended amount of time from the people that you frequent with, like your best friends, this and that, your friends, parents, cousins, and stuff like that. So that is one thing to expect and to know. Like when people say, oh yeah, things are gonna change when you get home, blah 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 blah, more or less things won't change. The way people see you is gonna change, because I mean, I can count on my hand the amount of friends that was like, oh, you think you got money now, blah 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 blah. I'm not saying everybody's gonna be like that, but I can't count. I mean, it's on my hand. It's not so many people, but I have a couple friends, well, we're not friends anymore, but I had a couple people that will be, it was like, not so much jealous, but just, they'll see you start really making moves that they're not making. And especially if y'all come from the same area, you know, same situation, but you just decided, I don't want to say get out, but you decided to go, whether it be this or whatever you do, but you decided to go do something and then actually make something of yourself, or try to anyways. when you get, like I said, when you get home, expect people to be a little different. What else can I say? As far as money out here, it varies. But don't get me wrong, if you're used to not making anything, you know what I'm saying, coming out here is gonna change your life. I'm not gonna lie, when I first came out here, I pretty much had nothing. I had a couple $1,000s in the bank, you know what I'm saying? But when I came out here, my first tour, I did 10 months straight. 10 months. I came back, without getting too deep into it, but I came back with a nice chunk of change, you know. I grossed that year about $59,000, you know what I'm saying? And the year prior, I may have grossed like 10, you know. So I definitely, financially, if you aren't already in a professional field, you know what I'm saying, financially coming out here, it will change your life. Or it won't change your life, but financially it'll help, you know what I'm saying. What else can I say? Keep your health. That is one thing I would definitely say, because a lot of times people come out here and their health deteriorates just because the way the life is. Whether if you're a watch stander, especially if you're a watch stander, because you don't have a set schedule as far as like your sleeping patterns, how you're gonna eat. Sometimes you eat and go straight to sleep, which isn't, you know, most people, that's how you start to get, your health starts to get a little. So be mindful of your health, you know. That is one huge thing, because that's probably one of the #1 causes of people having to leave, or they're saying you're not fit for duty to sail, because your health deteriorates. And this life pretty much sets you up for your health to deteriorate, because all you want to do is sleep, because you're tired most of the time. No matter what position you are, you're always going to be tired. So you're always going to want to sleep, and you're always going to want to eat. So it's really, you got to be really like mentally prepared to be like, okay, I need to go work out, I need to eat this way instead of eating this way. You know, they'll have options for you to eat healthy, obviously, they have to, but it gets very like the other food gets intriguing, especially because they make it every day. And if you get on a ship where like the food is phenomenal, it gets hard, you know what I'm saying? But again, that comes with time. You'll learn how to, again, I'm not telling you what to do. You could do whatever you want, but just be mindful. If you're one of those guys that like to be healthy, be mindful, because again, this life is not, I don't want to say it's abnormal, but that regular 9 to 5, this isn't it, you know. So what else can I say? Oh, biggest thing, if you have I'm gonna keep that in the video, I don't even care. If you have a goal, as far as like financially, stick to that, you know what I'm saying? Stick to that, because it gets really, especially if you're in a place where it's like, it's really fun. Like, let's say I have a lot of fun in Greece, so it's nothing for me to be like, to go out every night and spend whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I'm relatively good with money, so I know where I'm like, okay, I can spend this much and I'm not doing anything. As far as like the goal that I set, this is not gonna affect it. But there's some places where a lot of guys, they go crazy, you know, because they're seeing things that they never seen, girls they've never seen, you know what I'm saying? It's not even just that. Like, there's clothing, they finally have money in their pockets, so it's like any kind of clothes that they want, it's like, oh, I can afford it now, this and that, you know. And then I've seen a bunch of guys that come out here, they come out here with less money than they did before they left home. So don't be that guy, or do what you want, but I'm letting you know that definitely happens out here. So what else can I say? So as far as the positions, if you come in MSc as an entry level position, you have supply utility, which is the steward department. You have OS, which is ordinary seaman. You have wiper, which is the engine department. And then technically ASK, which is also the supply department, but it's more of like actual like logistics. So most of the time they want somebody with a little bit of experience to come in with that. But if you're going to come in into that position, they want somebody with a little bit of experience, but you can always work your way into it. For the most part, for everyone that I talk to, you're never not going to make any money. As I said, my first year I grossed about $60,000, you know what I'm saying? And this year I grossed about 82, and I'm still at the bottom. So just, there's definitely money to be made. And like I said, I give you about, give or take. I don't know exactly what I made this year. I didn't really pay attention because I have a bunch of other stuff that I do. So it's just, how much I make out here is kind of, you know what I'm saying? And that's the thing. Once you really start maneuvering, once you come out here and you really have a goal that you have in mind, as far as like you want to, let's say you want to buy houses and rent them out, or you have a business, a trucking business, which is, because those are the two things I do, or you want to get a restaurant or something like that, this pretty much becomes secondary. I know it's hard to believe, but this would definitely, once you get things situated to where you're not worried about, I don't want to say money, but when you're not worried about like living, like you're already like, okay, everything is set that you needed to get done while you wanted to come out here. Now you're doing all the extra stuff, like the real things you came out here for, like the investments, the portfolios, all that, you know what I'm saying? Once you start getting into that, all this becomes kind of secondary, you know? And for me, that's what happened for me. Like, sailing became, okay, I'm gonna go out for this X amount of time, but the whole time I'm thinking about, okay, I need to make this much so I can make this much, so I can buy this when I get home, as far as business wise, or I need to make this much so I can make this. The actual job is never, for me, is never the priority. Like, me being out here, it's cool, you know, but the actual job itself, I barely even think about it. I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm like, okay, I need this X amount of dollars so I can fix this, do this. I need this so I can buy this house, or I can buy this truck, or I can do whatever. The actual being out here is like, you know, right over the head. And I mean, you kind of need that. For me, I need that, because if you're thinking about the job day in, day out, the time gets slow. And I knew I was doing a bit, so I definitely needed anything to distract me from the actual fact that I'm out here, you know what I'm saying, and on this ship away from home. And I knew I was going to be for at least a year, you know what I'm saying, or not at least until December. And I got up here in February. So that's really all I had to say. I know this really wasn't super informative, but it was just more so like just stuff that you might need here and there, you know what I'm saying, just to help get the time go by. Because I mean, when everything is normal in the world, you know, like you're going out or you're in a good port, like if you're in Japan or Korea, or shoot, they got ships, if you're ships that probably sit at home, if you live in Norfolk, they got ships that are at home. So it's just, time will go by like that because you're at home, you know what I'm saying, you're still seeing everybody that you want to see every day, you know what I'm saying. So that's just one of those things to think about when you come out here, because you will be away from your family. Or if you're used to being around certain people every day, coming out here, you're not going to see them. And a lot of times you may not even be able to talk to them for days on end. So that's one of those things that you definitely need to think about before coming out. Will you be able to not talk to this person for like, I mean, again, I've been lucky, but there have been situations where I wasn't able to talk to somebody else, the people at home, for like 2 weeks, you know what I'm saying? Like at all. Wasn't able to communicate at all. But for the most part, you should be good, but definitely wrap your head around not being able to speak to anybody and being away from home. That's the biggest thing, because a lot of guys, especially the young guys, like when I came out here, I was 23. I was 23 when I came out here, and I was used to like seeing my mom and dad every day, seeing my brother every day, seeing my friends, my girl, you know what I'm saying? I was just being able to see them every day. Then from that to not seeing them at all and not being able to talk to them at all, that was like, mentally, I was okay, but it definitely got some getting used to. So, all right, this video is getting a little long, so that's just one of the things I wanted to put out. It wasn't super informative. I'm just little stuff here and there that I feel like you definitely should think about. But yeah, I still hope to see you out here. I hope this didn't discourage you from coming out, because if your goal was to come out here and make some money, do what you got to do that. This will definitely help you, you know what I'm saying? So still come out here, do what you got to do. If you want to move up, stay out here for years, do that. If you just want to, you want to get some houses, or you want to do whatever business you want to do, and you have a set amount in mind that you know you need to do that, come out here and do that, and chuck it deuces, you know what I'm saying? I've seen a lot of guys do that. They came out here, all they wanted is to make X amount of dollars. They made the X amount of dollars and they left. It took them 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. It don't really matter. Come out here, do what you got to do, then get out, if that's what your goal is. So don't let anybody discourage you. I hope I didn't discourage you from coming out. I'm just letting you know, like, it's not always butterflies and rainbows out here. There's sometimes you will feel lonely. You be surrounded by people, but these aren't people that you grew up with, you know what I'm saying? Mind you, a lot of times these are brand new random people. So you're not always gonna feel that connection that you have with people at home. So that's one of those things to think about. But other than that, come out here, make your money, do what you gotta do. That's all I gotta say. I hope this video helped you. Like and subscribe, please. And follow my Instagram. I don't know, why not? You know what I'm saying? I want to get my Instagram up. I'm bored, you know. But thanks for following. This is Kited for Life. Follow my Instagram, Kited for Life MM. All right, thanks. Have a good one.